illusory form. There is no form, it's an illusion. This illusion is like I one day explained, that how does Maya create the form called Krishna? Krishna also has to take a form. So she gives shape to Krishna. Understand? No. It is like
she's not creating it. Like, so does it mean she gives shape to everything?
yes.
Shape to everything.
Yes. But it is unreal. Everything is unreal.
She gives the akar to everything.
Not the akar. The shape is a word in English. I don't know how to translate it, but it is like this. Now, if I ask you, what does a flower look like? So you have certain fixed ideas about a flower or no? Huh? So I have told you make a flower. So you have created a flower. So what kind of flower?
Petals.
Correct? Okay. Now if I ask Aparna, you create a flower. What kind of flower you are going to create?
Long stem, tulip.
Okay, she is going to make tulip. Yeah. Guru, you are going to create any flower or what? Okay. Some flower, no, don't want to know.
Lotus.
Lotus. Okay. Now the thing is, have you gone by a very fixed concept or no?
Yeah.
हाँ, ये एग्जांपल लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने दिया था.
गोभी का
मैं कॉलीफ्लावर की बात कर रहा हूँ और तुम लोग कौन सा दूसरा फ्लावर की बात कर रहे हैं? समझ में आया? This is illusion. Flower, the word is an illusion.
And the possibilities are endless.
Possibilities are endless. तो तुमको जो बनाने का बनाते बैठो. बनाने का काम प्रकृति के पास है. Prakriti is literally like, she's...
So again, the power of creation is in the mind.
Yes, yes. What do you want to create? See, what happens is, we are all creatures driven by our past tendencies, isn't it? So our tendency will decide for us what is it that we are so much interested in. There is one, in psychology, there is one word play. In the word play, what they say is, I give you one word, you have to say another word. I give another word, you give another word. I give another, and it has to be done so fast. So immediately, what is in your innermost will come out suddenly. This is a psychological play, and you will suddenly say something which you thought never existed in you, but it is deep down inside. It is right inside of you, and that's what comes out. In the same way, when Maya has to create something, she is an illusory thing. Prakriti is saying, अच्छा क्या चाहिए तुमको, ऐसा चाहिए, चलो बनाते हैं. So creating birds. And birds, again now, birds will have wings. Huh? Maya says, wings, मतलब तुम्हारा concept fixed हो गया. I will have a bird without a wing. जाओ, क्या करेगा तुम? So there are wingless birds also. So this is illusion, absolute illusion. So you cannot say that she creates that way. Creative part is only with Prakriti. She is the creatrix. Okay, but Maya is the illusion. It's an illusion of something. जैसे magician will say, see, I am going to take out a flower. This is an empty hat, or hat में से कुछ तो भी निकालता है. It's an illusion. So this is how she creates Krishna. Krishna is basically an illusion, which is his own creation, by the way. Got it? This is how it works. So, okay, I think we can start, no? I don't know whether other people are joining. So we will say chapter 2, this is the second canto. Chapter 2, the Lord in the heart. Sri Sukdev Goswami said, formerly prior to manifestation of the cosmos, Lord Brahma, by meditating on the Virat Swarup, regained his lost consciousness by appeasing to the Lord. Thus he was able to rebuild the creation as it was before. The way of presentation of the Vedic sound is so bewildering that it directs the intelligence of the people to meaningless things like the heavenly kingdoms. The conditioned soul, however, hovers in dreams of such heavenly illusory pleasures, but actually they do not relish any tangible happiness in such places. Okay, this needs a little bit of an explanation. See, Brahmaji's creation in the initial stages, he was created by Vishnu himself, if you remember. Now, Brahmaji had absolutely no clue of why he was there. But the directive from the Lord is go produce. Now, if I just say go produce means what? What am I supposed to do? If you are not given any direction, you are definitely going to go very confused in this material world. So, if I say we will make an app, so again, what application? You don't even know. Make food. It's so general a word, so there is no way of actually understanding. So confusion comes in the mind of Brahmaji. Brahmaji is a very confused person. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do. So he says, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. So being confused, he has absolutely no clue what he's supposed to do. So finally, when he sees the Virat Swarup, remember our last chapter was on Virat Swarup. So when Brahmaji sees the Virat Swarup, he gets an idea. Okay, now I can do this, now I can do that. And then he starts creating his illusory world. So the different planetary systems, the different people, the kind of birds, the animals, everything is then created out of his vision that he had seen in the Virat Swarup. And that is the reason why it is mentioned that Brahmaji started creating by meditating on the Virat Swarup. And initially he is lost because again when you look at the whole screen, you are wondering कि मैंने देखना कहाँ चाहिए. So focusing on to that was very important. Then what happens is, if you remember again, the initial was the sound. The sound was the Vedic hymns called Oma, the Omkara which was generated from this endless space. So it was bewildering and directing the intelligence of the people to meaningless things like the heavenly kingdom. Everybody's idea of reaching somewhere stems from no idea about where to go. Can I go here? Can I go there? Can I go there? Suppose if I ask a very general question, where will you go on a holiday? If you have a 1 month holiday, where will you go? Now everybody's ideas are going to be different, are they not? Somebody will say, I will go to Kulu Manali. Somebody will say, I will go to Lakshadweep. Someone will say, I will go to the Himalayas. It depends. Again, some people will say, I want to go to Goa. वो भी होता है. Some people will say, no, I will go to Mumbai. Some people love Mumbai, so they will go to Mumbai. Some people love, say, Chennai. So every individual is directed from their own point of views. Here also, the sounds were attracting and they were directing everybody to different directions. The conditioned souls, however, in dreams of such heavenly illusory pleasures, and actually they do not relish any tangible happiness in such places. So if you go to these kind of places, what kind of happiness are you going to get? Nothing. I mean, you can go to even Ladakh for all you care. लद्दाख में वो ठंडी बर्फ में कितना देर आदमी रहेगा? Again, if you go to say Kovalam beach and all those fancy places that are there, you can't stay on the beach forever, can you? So again, these heavenly pleasurable places, people never enjoy it. Everybody says कि time pass जगह है, थोड़ी देर के लिए ठीक है. हाँ? Yeah. After that, you don't want to stay there. For this reason, the enlightened person should endeavor only for the minimum necessities of life while in the world of names. He should be intelligently fixed and never endeavor for unwanted things, being competent to perceive practically that all such endeavors are merely hard labor for nothing. We did this verse in the morning today. People just keep on gathering, 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 gathering. If you go to somebody's house, you will find that there are at least 3 sofa sets. There will be so many cupboards. There will be so many. I mean, you will really wonder कि क्या करने का है इतना सब. हाँ, जलाने को भी काम नहीं आएगा. देखो तो, it is of no use. It's just lying waste. Again, if you go open the cupboard, you will find there are 50 T-shirts over there. I don't know for what. Well, when I went to Kovalam, I bought this. When I went to Ratnagiri, I bought this Hapus wala T-shirt है करके, yellow color का. मैं यहाँ गया तो ये लाया, वहाँ गया तो वो लाया. I mean, you can imagine how people collect, and they collect and they collect and they collect.
Collectibles.
Yes. So here Sukhdev is telling a person is only after. Today morning we were discussing about how jewelry and money and items which we collect in our house. ज्वेलरी के नाम पे इतना ज्वेलरी 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 ज्वेलरी, आदमी मर जाएगा, फिर उसके बाद वो जो आएगा वो निकाल के लेके जाएगा, फिर उसके बाद जो आएगा वो निकाल के लेके जाएगा, और फिर वो बोलेगा माय ग्रैंडमदर ज्वेलरी, ओके कैन वी गो मेल्ट इट एंड मेक अ न्यू वन. मतलब ग्रैंडमदर का खाली नाम, लेकिन उसका गया पता नहीं क्या हो गया, नया मॉडर्न ज्वेलरी बन गया उसका. व्हाट इज द पॉइंट? So here he is saying we are just doing this for no rhyme or reason. So the enlightened person should never go after this. A person who is even on the path should never bother about collecting anything. He should have only minimum necessities. Minimum necessities means in the villages they had a very tiny half acre or quarter acre or very tiny patch of land, sufficient to have food for the whole year. One bullock cart for transportation. I know today you can't say bullock cart, maybe you'll have a Maruti or something like that, or then don't know what. Some cart, some transportation, and something for the purpose, and maybe a little clothes and little food items here and there. That's it. So he should have minimum necessities of life. We should be intelligently fixed and never endeavor for unwanted things. There are so many things that we have unwanted in our world. This sari was given to me by my grandmother. This sari was given to me by my auntie, and this one. और इसके शादी में गया तो ये जमा किया, उसके शादी में गया तो वो जमा किया. तो मैं एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ किसी को, है ना, जो जमा करते हैं, तो मैं बोलता हूँ ये किसको पहनाने वाले हैं अभी? One sari for 10,000 bucks or 5,000 rupees. Yeah, okay. I just say maybe. And that sari will get worn once in 5 years maybe. Or not at all. So क्या फायदा? ऐसी चीज का क्या फायदा? So there is no practicality in that. So you should never do anything like that. So the endeavors are merely hard labor for nothing. When there are ample earthly flats to lie on, what is the necessity of cots and beds? When one can use his own arms, what is the necessity of a pillow? When one can use the palms of his hand, what is the necessity of variety of utensils? When there is ample covering or the skin of trees, what is the necessity of clothing? Fashion industry people are going to beat me up. Actually, fashion industry requires little cloth only, not more cloth.
But expensive.
So actually what he is trying to say, what Sukhdev Goswami is trying to say is very simply this. Don't hanker after things.
Be intelligently fixed.
जितना सिंपल और एकदम सिंपल लाइफस्टाइल हो सकता है उसमें रहने का कोशिश करो. ज्यादा करने का जरूरी नहीं. Unless and until you are a sannyasi, then you require only little cloth. Then you can go with the little cloth like a langoti all over the town. No problem. Nobody is going to say anything to you. And no blade also, no shaving, nothing. Brito, get ready. Are there no torn clothes lying in the common road? This is a very beautiful example which is also given in Buddhism, where when Buddha was asked how many pieces of cloth he requires, he used to say, I don't need any piece of cloth. What I will do is, जहाँ पे लोग कपड़े फेंकते हैं ना पुराने वाले, I will cut small pieces, and in the meantime I will stitch small pieces together and make it into one big cloth piece. Now if you see, वो हम लोग इंडिया में कांथा स्टिच करके बोलते हैं, कांथा स्टिच. So the sari which comes in kantha, it's a running stitch. The kantha stitch in ancient times was not one sari with the beautiful designs like that. No, it was pieces and pieces and pieces of tiny pieces of cloth which was sewn together by, and this was first done by Buddha. And this is how he taught his disciples to wear such type of pieces of cloth. And that is where the kantha stitch came into the picture. Just single running stitch like this, like this, like this.
If he were down south, he wouldn't have done even that. It was not required. Small.
So, do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms to charity? Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? One second, na? I sent her, but she is not. So first and foremost, he is talking about torn clothes that are lying on the common road that can be used. This is entirely for an ascetic or a person who is become a sannyasi, and he is supposed to be doing like this. There are trees, isn't it? So trees give you shade. Then he says there are rivers, and the rivers are providing you water. Actually, I'll tell you one very funny thing that I saw yesterday. We were watching one video of a toilet which is $6,400 worth का toilet. डॉलर्स का टॉयलेट
US dollars.
पोलर करके नाम के कंपनी ने बना. हाँ, वो क्या करता है. पैर रखेगा तो उसको समझ में आता है कि औरत लोग आके बैठा है कि आदमी आके बैठा है. उसका साइज का अरेंजमेंट करता है.
वेट का ऊपर सेंस होगा.
नहीं, वो पैर ऐसा खाली रखेंगे ना तो उसको समझ में आता है, और वो गाना बजाता है क्या, और वो तुम्हारा आईफोन में उसका डायरेक्ट डाउनलोड है. इधर बैठ के ऐसा कर सकते हैं, और तुमको अगर ज्यादा पानी मांगता है ऐसा टिंग करने का, ज्यादा पानी आएगा. तो कम पानी मांगता है, गर्म पानी मांगता है, ठंडा मांगता है, वो सब तुम्हारा फोन में एडजस्टमेंट है उसका.
वो सुखाएगा भी ना,
वो सुखाएगा भी, और नीचे से ऐसा हवा आता है. और क्या when I was looking at that toilet, I was wondering, आदमी लोगों को कुछ काम धंधा नहीं है क्या? अभी इतना बिजी है.
उसको आधा दिन चाहिए.
हाँ,
एंजॉय करने के लिए आधे दिन चाहिए.
नहीं, उसके लिए ऑफिस की उसके अंदर ही रखेगा वो.
इतना आलस ना.
So ये हम लोग बोल रहे हैं ना, रिवर्स आर दे ड्राइंग अप फॉर द थर्स्टी. पानी भी पीने का है तो फ्रांस से पानी मंगाता है, इवियन नाम का वाटर मंगाने का. इवियन करके इतना सा छोटा बाटली आएगा, उसका कीमत भी कुछ $4-5 पता नहीं, बहुत महंगा आता है. इतना सा बाटली. अपना हिमालय का पानी थोड़ा सस्ता है, इवियन का वाटर बहुत महंगा है. तो वही बोल रहे हैं कि थर्स्टी इतना आदमी है कि अपना क्या नदी सूख गया है क्या? Then he says, caves and the mountains are the closed now that Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls. Again, when a person goes for sannyasa, he goes to the caves and the mountains. He doesn't say, I want a 3 bedroom kitchen and flat and all that. और वहाँ पे जाके मैं meditation करूँगा. ऐसा थोड़ी बोलता है.
But in these times it's not possible.
No. There it's possible. If you go for the Kumbh Mela, you will come to know there are millions and millions of people who are sadhus, who are staying in these places, who come out. They come out. Again, if you there is a Mahakumbh, there is a half Kumbh, and various types of melas are there. You can see them. Not that you can't. There are places, and you can definitely go there, but it's not advisable, huh? Because again, there is no doctor over there, no. Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? So we go for chanda, for collection. Collection के लिए बड़े बड़े लोगों के पास जाते हैं. So in ancient times also, imagine Sukadeva Goswami is talking about people used to go, all these sadhu babas and all would go to great kings and rich people. So the collection of the money happens over there. Thus being fixed, one must render service unto the super soul, situated in one's own heart by his own omnipotency, because he is the almighty personality of God, eternal and unlimited. He is the ultimate goal of life, and by worshipping him, one can end the cause of the conditioned state of existence. That is why, answering your question, don't go running after anywhere. It says, go inside your heart. There is no God outside to go and search for him. There is nowhere there is God outside. What you are going to get is only illusion, is Maya's world only you will get. So he says, go inside the heart, and that is where Krishna stays. So he is situated in one's own heart. So, and that is the ultimate goal of life. You don't have to search for Krishna anywhere else. It's going to be only inside your heart. Who else but the gross materialist will neglect such transcendental thought and take to the non-permanent names only, seeing the mass of people fallen into the river of suffering as a consequence of accruing the result of their own work. Again, yesterday when we were talking about the Mahamantra, last time when we were talking about Mahamantra of Krishna, I said there is a Krishna's Mahamantra, but hardly anybody knows about it. We just know what is being told to us by everybody else. So, yes, Krishna himself will give you the Mahamantra if necessary. It is going to be that one which will take you to him, nowhere else. And what is being given to you by any other, which is going to take you to those deities are perishable. So just like they are perishable, you are also going to be perishable. You are also not going to reach anywhere. And you think by praying to the deities and the gods that are there existing in this world, you will ever get mukti? I mean, you will ever get realization? God realization, which we were talking about yesterday? No way. You are only going to get trapped. Others conceive of the Krishna residing within the body in the region of the heart and measuring only 8 inches, with 4 hands carrying a lotus, a wheel, a chariot, a conch shell, and a club respectively. There are some people in this world who are called Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas believe Krishna lives in the heart and he is only 8 inches. कितना बड़ा है इसे? इतना. He is only 8 inches tall and he is having all the 4. Yes, in his hands respectively. His mouth expresses his happiness, his eyes spread like the petals of lotus, and his garment, yellowish like a saffron of a kadamba flower, are bedecked with valuable jewels. The ornaments are made of gold, set with jewels, and he wears glowing headdress and earrings. It's a visualization of the Lord inside you. You can visualize the Lord like that, 8 inches tall, having 4 hands. He's having Shankar Chakra Gada Padma in his hands. And then how is he? His smile is there on his face. His eyes are spread like the lotus. Kamala Nayan we call him. Kamala Nayan means they are shaped like a lotus petal. It's like this, wavy form, you know, and the thing goes upwards. You will find that most of these Bharatnatyam and Kathakali dances and all, they have that thing, you know, they do like this, like this. Yeah, yeah. They do like this. For what? They want to show the eyes shape and all that. So that is how it is. His garments are yellow in color
Oh, that's why it was.
and saffron like the kadamba flower are bedecked with valuable jewels. What are the jewels like Shamantaka and all that? Kaustubh. These are the jewels that are adorning Krishna. Vito is laughing. क्या हो गया Vito? कोई vision आया क्या? Okay. His ornaments are made of gold set with jewels and he wears a glowing headdress and earrings. His lotus feet are placed over the holes of the lotus-like hearts of the great mystics. On his chest is the Kaustubh jewel engraved with beautiful calf, and there are other jewels on his shoulders. His complete torso is garlanded with fresh flowers. If you recollect, these lines are Sukhdev is saying people visualize this. It's a visualization methods. You can visualize Krishna like this if you want to. Instead of looking at him outside, you can look at him inside. So these are the things that are there adorning him. He is well decorated with ornamental wreath, like his waist and rings studded with valuable jewels on his fingers. His leglets, his bangles, his oiled hair curling with bluish tint, and his beautiful smiling face are all very pleasing. The Lord's magnanimous pastimes and the glowing glances of his smiling face are all indications of his extensive benediction. One must therefore concentrate on the transcendental form of the Lord as long as the mind can be fixed on him by meditation. So even at the end of it, it is also your mind is at play. You have to visualize. If you are able to visualize this, then you will be able to visualize a lot many things also. Now our problem in the material world today is we can't visualize most of these things because the first thing that happens to a human being is I can't think like that. They close the mind on that. So it is not a question of closing the mind. What you got to do is maybe you can buy a small picture of his outside. Maybe you can focus on it. Maybe when you focus on it, you will enter that particular picture and that picture will be embedded in your heart. It's a method. The process of meditation should begin from the lotus feet of the Lord and progress towards his smiling face. The meditation should be concentrated upon the lotus feet, then the calves, then the thighs, and higher. The more the mind becomes fixed upon the different parts of the limbs, one after the other, the more the intelligence becomes purified. As we start rising higher and higher, looking at the Lord from the bottom of the feet to the smiling face, you will find that your concentration starts becoming deeper and deeper. Your mind is started becoming firmer and firmer in the Lord. You will actually start entering the Lord's domain. And that way your intelligence will also get purified. Unless the gross materialist develop a sense of loving service unto the Supreme Lord, the seers of both the transcendental and the material world, we should remember or meditate upon the universal form of the Lord at the end of the prescribed duties. This is exactly what, even when somebody is dying, he is also told to do this meditation. He is told, Krishna ka naam lo, Bhagavan ka naam lo. These are the words that are being told. And people normally get some pictures and keep in front of them so that their focus can be, they are able to focus on this particular thing. Cooking. Whenever the yogi desires to leave the planet of human beings, he should not be perplexed about the proper time or place, but should comfortably sit without being disturbed and regulate the life air, should control the senses by the mind. Thereafter, the yogi should merge his mind by his unalloyed intelligence into the living entity and then merge the living entity into the superself. And by doing this, the fully satisfied living entity becomes situated in the supreme stage of satisfaction so that he ceases from all other activities. This is a way of leaving the body. In the end, when a yogi wants to leave the body, he is supposed to sit in a comfortable position, keeping his body erect, straight like this. You have fold your legs, sit straight, keep your body erect, keep your chin straight, and when you focus on, close your eyes, and when you focus on the Lord, which is inside of you, you will find that you are going inwards like this, as if the whole thing is pouring inwards, and that is how you are able to focus inwards and then rise higher, and then you can leave your through the through the Sahasrara, through the small opening in the Sahasrara. In the transcendental state of Labdho Pashyanti, there is no supremacy of devastating time, which controls even the celestial demigods who are empowered to rule over mundane creatures. And what to speak of the demigods themselves? Nor is there even the mode of material goodness, nor passion, nor ignorance, nor even the false ego, nor the material causal ocean, nor the material nature. When this particular state is being brought about, all these demigods, the gods that are around you, everybody, see, there is a sort of an enticement in our material world. Right from the people around us, everybody started crying, everybody started behaving in a very mundane manner. Likewise, everybody wants you to, if you go to any place, say you go to a holy place, you will find that there will be 20 touts who will come and say, buy things from us, buy things from us. Take peda from us, take heart from us, take food from us, take this from us, take that from us. They keep on saying these words. They are all trying to entice you in their own way. So this is because of ignorance. You don't need to do any of these things. You need to get out of this. The transcendentalists desire to avoid everything godless, for they know the supreme situation in which everything is related with the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Therefore, a pure devotee who is in absolute harmony with the Lord does not create perplexities, but worships the lotus feet of the Lord at every moment, taking them into his heart. This is exactly what you are supposed to do. And all these, time pass creatures who are around you, don't get lost in all these things, because they are all going to drag you down. So your focus only has to be in the lotus feet of God. That means unke karm,
time pass creatures from
all the demigods, तो पूरा दुनियादारी अपने साइड में रहता है ना. Everybody wants attention. Like somebody is dying, you should see everybody is making करके जोर जोर से रो रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं. कितना दंगा फसाद करते रहते हैं लोग. हाँ, प्लस ये तो दुनिया के लोग हैं, वहां पे है ना सब गॉड्स भी बैठे हैं. बोले तुम मेरे पास आना, मेरे पास आना. सब जन अपना टिकट बेचने को देखते हैं. बोले तुम मेरे पास आ, तुम मेरे पास आ. वैसे एवरीथिंग, एवरी होल क्रिएशन इज लाइक दिस ओनली. वो सब टाउट्स लोग हैं, टाउट्स. और रेलवे स्टेशन पे जाएंगे तो भी मिलते हैं ना, वैसे हैं लोग. ब्रोकर्स करेक्ट. तो सब ब्रोकर्स लोग वहां खड़े हैं. तो मतलब वो सबको देखने का नहीं, किसी को देखने का नहीं. Only focus on one. That is the lotus feet of the Lord is all that you need to focus. Because everything else is godless. It's all mundane matter. There is nothing true in that. So only focus on his feet. By the strength of the scientific knowledge, one should be well situated in above realization and thus be able to extinguish all material desires. One should then give out the material body by blocking the air hole through which stool is evacuated and the heel in one's foot, and by lifting the air from one place to the other in the 6 primary places. If you remember, I have taught some of you how the last Mula Banda, the lock at the edge of the, by the foot, how you have to raise it and you have to block that space. Some of you have been taught by that. Okay, so that has to be first locked. So the last banda has to be completely locked. Slowly the air has to be rising upwards. When it rises upwards, it starts knocking on the 6 doors. That means the 6 chakras that are there, up to the eye it will come, and then it has to enter the Sahasrara. This is how the yogis leave their body. Okay. So slowly and scientifically, this is a very, very scientific method in doing this. as the air rises higher, air मतलब प्राण शक्ति जो है वो ऐसे धीरे धीरे ऊपर चढ़ती है, जैसे ऊपर आएगी next lock in place, third lock in place, like that you put the locks in place, so it doesn't have the chance to go down, it has only the chance to rise higher. And once it rises higher, then it rises to the 6 primary places, and then it will enter the head. The meditative devotee should slowly push up the life air from the navel to the heart, and from their chest, and from there to the root of the palate, and he should search out the proper place within the intelligence. That means navel, where solar plexus I told you, there to the next one is the heart chakra, from the heart chakra to the throat chakra. Throat chakra, if you remember, I told you, if you take your tongue and if you pierce it behind, that is the place where this chakra is based, the neck one. Yeah. Then that particular place, it is the soft palate inside. अंदर मुंह के अंदर एकदम सॉफ्ट एक पोर्शन है, उसके अंदर वो चक्र रहता है, वहां तक जाता है. फिर उसके बाद आंखों का बोलेगा तो थोड़ा ऊपर है, थोड़ा सा ऊपर, ज्यादा नहीं है, ज्यादा, इट्स वेरी लिटिल पोजीशन, बिकॉज फ्रॉम हियर यू हैव टू कम बिहाइंड. So thereafter the bhakti yogi should push his life air up between the eyebrows, and then blocking the 7 outlets of the life air, he should maintain his aim of going back home, back to Godhead. If he is completely free from all desires for material enjoyment, he should then reach the cerebral hole and give up his material connection, having gone to the Supreme. Material, the hole which I told you, यहाँ पे छोटा सा होल रहता है, उसमें से क्रैक करके बाहर आ सकते हैं. तो this is how, when you have given up all your material desires, complete material desires of every kind, you can reach the state of the Sahasrahar also. So in the material realm also, there are people like, Ramana Maharishi or Ramakrishna Paramahansa, they were able to achieve that particular status also.
So do people practice this or it's done only before death?
This is, he is talking to Parikshit, isn't it? He is telling Parikshit how to leave his body.
He knows time.
Yeah. So, however, O king, he is telling the king only, isn't it? Parikshit. If a yogi maintains a desire for improved material enjoyment, like transference to the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, or to the achievement of the eightfold perfection, travel in outer space with the Vayas, or situation in one of the millions of planets, then he has to take away with him the materially molded mind and the senses. If you remember, I told you, if you don't want to go somewhere, if you don't want to get lost completely, then you have to take your mind and senses to these planets. So if you want to travel to them, if you have some ulterior motive in your world, I want to make money, I want to go to this planet, I want to go to Brahmaloka, God knows whatever loka that you want to go to, then you have to travel with your mind, molded mind and senses. The transcendentalists are concerned with the spiritual body. As such, by the strength of the devotional service, austerities, mystic powers and transcendental knowledge, their movements are unrestricted and within and beyond the material world. The fruitive worker on the gross materialist can never move in such an unrestricted manner. You will find that those who are basically on the material plane, they do not understand any of these things that we were talking about just now. What they will know is, yes, I want to go to heaven. What heaven? Brahmaloka or some such heaven. And that heaven is nothing. It's a very mundane place. Okay, it's like a 5-star or maybe 7-star super deluxe hotel over there. You get nice service over there. That's it. Once तुम्हारा credit खत्म हो गया, वापस भेज देंगे. So, O king, when such a mystic pass over the Milky Way by the illuminating Sushumna to reach the highest planet Brahmaloka, he first go to Vaishvanara, the planet of the deity of fire, wherein he becomes completely cleansed of all contamination, and thereafter he still goes higher to the circle of Shishumara to relate with the Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead. This is the pathway through the Brahmarandra, okay, where the fire purifies your particular being. After that, you can reach the next level where you are going to be purified of all the other impurities that are there in your world, and then you can reach the world of Hari. The Shishumara is the pivot for turning the complete universe, and it is called the navel of Vishnu. Okay. The yogi alone goes beyond the circle of Shishumara and attains the planet Maharloka, where purified saints like Bhrigu enjoy a duration of life of, don't ask me the figure, it's a fantastic figure, solar years. 43000000 solar years. Don't ask me how much it is, it must be billions of years.
Okay, enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know. But just wait. Next figure will be still more difficult to understand. This planet is worshipable even for the saints who are transcendentally situated. As I told you, if you remember, the sages, the saints who were there, their levels are different. They are always at the feet of Krishna, if you remember Anni telling you. This is the level where they are situated. This place. Okay. It is Maharloka, where purified saints like Bhrigu are staying.
So there the time, their duration should be eternal.
No eternal. Still, they have got return ticket. And return ticket, return का journey का time भी दिया है. You have to return 4,300,000,000 years. 4.3 billion years.
Although they are at the Lord's feet.
Yeah. It's okay. Maybe next time they will come and they will have new improved Bhrigu. ऐसा करके तो भी नया नाम आ जाएगा उनका. Who knows? So everybody has got these, different things to look at. At the time of final devastation of the complete universe, the end of the duration of Brahma's life, a flame of fire emanates from the mouth of Ananta. Anantashesh, as we were talking about, from the bottom of the universe. The yogi sees all the planets of the universe burning to ashes, and thus he leaves for Satyalok by airplanes used by the great purified souls. Which one did you fly, Brito? Like that, but this Viman is different. No battery failure there. So, the duration of life in Satyaloka is calculated at, I don't know how big this figure is. 15480000000000. Go figure it out. So that many years is Satyaloka's time. In the
15 trillion.
Huh?
It's 15 trillion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And my mind stops working. In that planet of Satyaloka, there is neither bereavement, nor old age, nor death. Oh my God! Can you imagine in Satyaloka if you have gone over there and you have to live for so many years and you are still not getting old? It's very funny. I don't know what I will do then. What do you say? There is no pain of any kind and there are no anxieties. Huh? Yeah.
You won't do anything.
No Facebook also. So, now what else? You can't even go to your neighbor to ask for one cup of tea. वो चाय बोलेगा extended version of tea. It's still boiling, It will boil for the next 1 billion years. After that, it will come. So, I'm sorry, I don't want to go to such places also. There is no pain of any kind, and therefore no anxieties. We are living in anxieties. You should be actually happy. You eat. At least in my case, I eat all my nails up. So full time of my anxiety नहीं. वहाँ पे तो वो भी नहीं. मतलब nails कितना बढ़ेगा सोच लेना. And Vito, think about your hair. From one end of the universe to the other end of the universe. We can tie universes together, boss.
Then the Lord can sleep on
Yeah,
the
imagine that. So, Due to consciousness, there is a feeling of compassion for those unaware of the process of devotional service, who are subjected to unsurpassable miseries of the material world. I am sorry for those people who live in Satyaloka. And they are saying they are sorry for people who stay on this planet Earth. See? Actually, Krishna is very smart. He says, I'll do short-term duration courses. 3 months, 2 months, 5 months. Instead of doing, graduation and then doing 5 years का medical services, पता नहीं क्या क्या और internship और वो उसके बाद हाँ फिर उसके बाद जॉब ढूंढो. उससे अच्छा बोलते हैं 3 महीने का कोर्स करेगा, एक पाटिया लगा देगा, डिप्लोमा इन समथिंग, फिर दूसरा पाटिया लगाने का, और फिर तीसरा. अपना तो मीटर डाउन ही है पहले से. तो कृष्णा मस्ट बी लाइक दैट, डिप्लोमा होल्डर. So after reaching Satyaloka, the devotee is specifically able to incorporate fearlessly by the subtle body in an identity similar to that of the gross body. And one after another, he gradually attains the stages of existence from earthy to watery, fiery, glowing with air, until he reaches the ethereal state. The devotee thus surpasses the subtle objects of different senses like aroma by smelling, palate by tasting, vision by seeing form, touch by contacting, the vibration of the ear by ethereal identification, and the sense objects, organs by material activity. This is actually a going in process. Understand? It is like going inwards and from inwards again outwards. So, to get ready for the next destination, you have to have everything in place. See, Krishna is going to do the next disco dance over there, rasa dance. So for the rasa dance, you have all your rasas in place, okay? Yes, rasa means, what is the meaning of the word rasa? Yeah, rasika is an enjoyer. If I don't give you senses, you can't enjoy. Okay, now imagine, yesterday I saw one very funny picture. Okay, I'll tell you about it. This Procter & Gamble, they came up with one product. And that product was supposed to, when it was spread in the air, it was supposed to remove all the bad smells from everywhere. No, this is way back in 1965. And the product flopped on the first year itself, duck karke. Nobody knew how to promote it. Finally, they came up, after many years later, they came up with the concept of what is called as deodorizer. Deodorant, you spray this like this. International aroma therapy, fruit freshener. Like that, you spread all over that. And they created that, and they created a new product. In the same way, the first deodorant was created by a girl. It was to be used by her father, where he was a surgeon in a hospital, and that was supposed to remove the dirty smell from that place. So this is how she created a deodorant. So imagine, if you don't have a nose, what is the use of a deodorant? So think about it. All these companies will flop because if you don't have a nose. If you don't have eyes, then you will not buy 48 inches, 100 inches, 200 inches का उतना बड़ा बड़ा screen नहीं लेगा. So the thing is that when you are going upwards to the other lok, now where we are going to go, you require all your senses in place, boss. Otherwise, you can't be a rasika. And you better enjoy. Huh? What Brito? तेरा complaint है मेरे को. मतलब Guruji eats lot of sweets, huh? I love sweets, boss. If you let me loose in one Bengali mithai shop, I will be happy full year round, sitting over there enjoying. You will have to pay for it. So it's like you need a rasika to go there. So the devotee, thus surpassing the gross and the subtle forms of the covering, enters the plane of egoism, and in that status he emerges the material modes of nature, ignorance and passion. In that point of neutralization, and thus reaches egoism in goodness. After this, all egoism is merged in the Mahatattva, and he comes to the point of pure self-realization. All this is going inwards. Please understand, all this is going inwards. I was just explaining to you how the whole thing goes inwards, and it is going to go inwards and going to become a sort of a tiny seed inside of you. It goes over there. Well, later at one particular point in time, you need all these things. But that is still not explained. It is how you enter one after the other. Only the purified soul can enter the perfection of associating with Krishna in complete bliss and satisfaction of his constitutional state. Whoever is able to renovate such devotional perfection is never again attracted by this material world, and he never returns. So those who have overcome all these tendencies, all these kind of negatives that are there, he is able to enter the Goloka, or as he calls over here, the Vaikuntha Loka. As I said to you, if you remember, I told you there are various doors. You have to open the next door and the next door and the next door. So then you are able to enter the last one, where you will be with Krishna. Your Majesty, Parikshit, know that all that I have described in reply to your proper inquiry is just according to the version of the Vedas, and it is the eternal truth. This is described by Lord Krishna unto Brahma, with whom the Lord was satisfied upon being properly worshipped. For those who are wandering in the material universe, there is no more auspicious means of deliverance than which is aimed at the direct devotional service of Lord Krishna. So by doing the devotional service into Krishna, that is the only way of reaching that particular state. The great personality Brahma, with great attention and concentration of the mind, studied the Vedas 3 times, and after scrutinizingly examining them, he ascertained the attraction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the highest perfection of religion. He studied the Vedas 3 times. Vedas are, by the way, very endless. They're endless. It's the framework of this creation. But to study them 3 times also is something really very dynamic in nature.
You have an endless life.
Yeah. So, Brahma 1, 2, 3, 4, पता नहीं ऐसा करके Star War 1, Star War 2 ऐसा करके कितना वर्षन में खत्म किया मालूम नहीं, but he finished it. And then after he finished it, he has come to the conclusion that only devotion to Krishna is the highest thing that you can ever do. Nothing else. So no yoga, boga, meditation, ये वो कुछ कोई जरूरी नहीं. Krishna is in every living being along with the individual soul. That is Jivatma. Okay? Paramatma and Jivatma is always there. And this fact is perceived and hypothesized in our acts of seeing and taking help from the intelligence. If you remember last time when we were doing, I told you there is a perfect intelligence. That little thing which comes out from us, I told you, is the first thought which comes from this particular domain of what we call as the most purified intelligence. That is where Krishna stays. That is the doorway. O King, it is therefore essential that every human being hear about, glorify, and remember the Supreme Lord, Krishna, always and everywhere. Those who bring through oral reception, fully filled with the nectarian message of Lord Krishna, the beloved of the devotees, purify the polluted aim of life known as material enjoyment, and thus go back to Godhead, to the lotus feet of Krishna. And means even those who listen to the words, these words which are being, except for the Procter and Gamble and the other things, you can kindly, edit that part if you want. But the rest of it, if you keep on listening to these golden words, you will reach the domain of Krishna. Because even the words which fall onto your ears, that is more than enough for you to reach the Krishna's domain. Thus ends Bhaktivedanta purport of 2nd Canto, chapter entitled The Lord in the Heart. And next week we are going to do pure devotional service, the change in the heart. Okay, that ends the chapter. So any questions? Except for the toilet part, rest of the questions are allowed. You go and buy it first. $6,400, Ditto, Senthil. कैसा है यार, अमेरिका में ऐसा टॉयलेट पे बैठने को बहुत तकलीफ होगा. Oh, is it?
What toilet is it?
Seat changer. Okay, cover. Okay. Here, no, the cover is like this, and slowly when a man or a woman comes in, it will go like this. Bing करके. And then it will change the little shape and stuff like that. Oh my God! I was watching it and I was getting shocked. Like क्या क्या करते हैं लोग? So, any questions? No problem. No problem. See, what I explained was how you can climb up. Climbing up inside the body for a yogi is possible if you are a yogic cadet, by the way. You can definitely raise your kundalini to the highest level, crack the skull, and you can escape. All yogis can do that. Again, when you do that, you are actually entering on no return zone, no return ticket. And you have left behind everything, literally all your senses, everything you have left behind. What is the point? I don't understand. That means you want to become nothing.
You're not a rusty guy.
No. To enter Goloka, you require special passport, visa, and all that. I told you last time. So, and for that, you better have your nose in place, your eyes in place, and ear in place. If you don't have your nose in place, ears in place, eyes in place, then he will say no entry for you. Because imagine he is offering you such nice pedas, jalebis, birfi. Today I wrote about so many things, not olive oil and all that. Okay, उसको तो स्मेल भी नहीं आता है. अपना तिल का तेल का कभी स्मेल लिया है क्या? फेंट होता है आदमी. We have the smelliest kitchens. I mean, good smells. Don't worry. Not like what I saw in Southeast Asia. No, good smells. If you enter the kitchen, bhajia, उसका smell like you literally float in the air. Bhajia ka smell and all the kheer and papdi and this. Oh my God! All the smells are so enticing and alluring. And imagine Krishna is telling you, I am going to take you through my Chappan Bhogs department. And then you tell him, no, I don't have a nose, I can't smell anything. Get out from here. So you don't even have a job over there. No cook also. Because see, the Golok, which is a domain of Krishna, is, now we are going to do it in the future, okay? Is one of the most beautiful places where there are no hang-ups. There is no such thing as attachment. The attachment is only to one, Krishna alone. And it's a place which is full of rasa. Rasa is all kinds of enjoyments, flavors. You want to cry also, you can cry, no problem. He will let you cry. He will give you a number of, rolls. Okay, you can wipe your face, no problem. अच्छा मेकअप लगा के फिर बाद में आना, वो भी बोलेगा. And there is only one male, all are females. So a lot of beauty parlors there, I think. Yeah, everybody is going to get more and more enchanting, and only one person to look at. So, one I think one painting which Tej has drawn. Is that a painting done by you? That Rasa dance.
No, not Rasada.
If you see the Rasa dance, no, it is talking about one Krishna with so many gopis. It's a beautiful place, and that is how it is. I know visualization, you may think कि ऐसा कौन सा जगह है करके. But someday in the future we will do that also. We will go into the in-depth of how this can be done. But this chapter has given us a couple of insights. The first insight is that there is a Shakti which is called the Kundalini Shakti. Now the Srimad Bhagavatam is talking about it. This is the first thing that you have got to understand. It is talking about Prana Shakti. Correct? It is telling you how it is based in the bottom of the Muladhara, how it has to rise higher and higher. It is telling you the various locations in your body. Huh? It's telling you very nicely, in your body the entire lokas are there. Right from Satyaloka to Maharloka, everything is inside of you. He has not said it is somewhere outside. Sukadeva Goswami is telling you what Krishna has told Brahmaji. Got it? And this is there in the Vedas. So why are we searching for some God outside?
That means it's Goloka also inside of us.
That is a secret. I can't tell you just now. You have to wait. Agatha Christie. Secret. Suspense. You have to wait for it. Yes, it is inside of you.
What was the question, Guruji?
Where is the Golokana? Is it inside of us?
Okay.
I said that is Agatha Christie secret. It will come only when the book ends. No, I can tell you the secret now only, but I won't tell you where it is and how to reach there. Okay. अब ना क्या कौन सा रिच मैन का वो जो डोनेशन का ये डाल के रख रही है क्या हुंडी हुंडी no, this is everything is inside of you, including, if you remember, there is one place where he says the occipital, where the whole thing is revolving around. Do you see this? ये जो तुम्हारा इधर मनका है, ये मुंडी इधर और इधर जाता है, देखा?
That is akin to churning, right?
No, churning is separate. This, can you turn it right round or what?
No, unless you're an
नहीं,
exorcist.
exorcist picture में होता है वो खाली. Yeah, you know what this is actually? Like this. Think about it. You will come to know the sun and the moon is always going like this to like this.
Yeah.
हाँ? हाँ. उसके बाद दिखता नहीं है वो. इसीलिए आपका मुंडी भी उल्टा नहीं चलेगा. समझ में आया? So the sun and the moon are the two eyes. Their movement is like this way. Bas. And you will always, everything is inside of you. This is outside is just a representation. Okay. So don't worry about all these things. So don't bother about, there is no God anywhere outside. God is inside of you. And here this book is clearly telling you where it is inside of you. So can you not focus inside? Why do you need to go anywhere? Everything is inside of you. Everything. And the yogis, that is why, can sit in one place and do the meditation inside only. You'll find that a Vyasdev can sit in his Vyas Gufa for thousands of years. Today, just now we were reading about Girnar mountain, and Dattatreya, 12,000 years he's been sitting over there.
He's still sitting.
Yeah. I can't see him, that's a different part.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So like this, these are great stages, they are there. But if you want to meet them, you can definitely meet them. That is, if they want to show you.
You qualify.
Yeah. So everything is inside of us. Again, he is giving you a clear indication. The soft palate. What everybody thinks, this is the throat chakra. ऐसा करके इधर हाथ लगा के बोलता है. इधर उधर नहीं है. उधर नहीं है. Again, हार्ट चक्रा बोलेगा तो किधर है वो भी मालूम नहीं आदमी को. वो बोलता है कभी इधर है, कभी उधर है, कभी ऐसा है, वो नहीं है, वो लोकेशन भी बराबर दिया. So if you actually follow this text, they will tell you exact pinpointed locations where you can find it. All the lokas are inside. Everything, every domain is inside of you. And you don't need to go anywhere to search for any god anywhere. All gods are within you, and yet you feel like a human being. Think about it. If every god is within you, why do you think you are a human being? Are you not the Virat Swarup yourself? You are the Virat Swarup. You carry the whole domain of the gods and everything, by the way. all the three lokas. So you don't have to bother so much about looking for anything outside of you. That's how it is. Right? So any questions? Senthil, any question? How was your rodeo, boss? Did you ride a bull?
No, I was doing babysitting.
You are at home, huh?
Yeah.
Babysitting? What, British? Funny guy. Did you have taken, your kids are not allowed there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so sad.
No one under 18.
A bull, what है rodeo का ऊपर बैठने वाला पता नहीं.
Jockey.
ऐसे कुछ तो.
Guru, I had a question on this meditation, right? Meditating on Lord also means like we are doing seva to the Lord, right? So this meditation, and what is that meditation?
See, meditation means you are logging in the frequency. When you open your iPhone, you have to first, when you come from the airport, what do? You log into the network, no? AT&T. कौन सा है तेरा?
AT&T.
Correct. You're going to log into that network. If the network is not giving you any signal, you're going to get into big trouble. Correct? So meditation is nothing but logging into the network. The God's network. He is operating on a frequency. You have to log into that frequency. See, these are very simple words for you to understand. Meditation by itself is a much defined thing. But for understanding purpose, this is what you can understand. So when you close your eyes and you do the meditation, you are logging into the Lord's frequency. When you are logging into the Lord's frequency, our mind is going here, there, हजार जगह पे घूमते रहता है. Suddenly, when you are meditating, you will think, oh my God, I forgot to buy this from the grocery store. Alas. Frequency broken. No, you can't. You can't think of grocery store at that time. Yes. You have to think only of the Lord. Nowhere else. So, that is the reason why you have to sit in a place. Brito told me you got one basement and all that. Go sit in a basement. Nobody is going to come and destroy your attention. Except there are rats over there or some mongoose or something like that. You better be careful over there when you are sitting. Sit in a cool, dry place. Okay, when you do your meditation. Okay, and just don't see any scary movies. Hero. Better to sit over there with your mind completely blank. Sit with your mind completely blank. No food thought also, by the way. Otherwise, मेरे को भूख लगा है. Finish. All your meditation gone for a toss. So you should have light meal if you wish to sit. Or you can sit early in the morning. 4:30, 4:30 is a good time. Basically, it is प्रातः काल. It is the prayer बोलते हैं हम लोग. Prayer मतलब पहला prayer, दूसरा prayer like that. So if you sit sometime, first is between 3:30 to 5:30. This is a good time actually when you can actually sit for meditating. It's like between the two nerves, as we said, that gap is there. Synapse is exactly the synapse between the night and the day. It's a twilight zone. So in the twilight zone, everything is fluid state. So the concentration also goes very nicely. You can sit at that point in time. You are focusing on to the Lord. Seva is a different aspect. The seva aspect is not meditation. Meditation is we are linking in the frequency with the Lord. So when you are linking in the frequency, what happens, sometimes the Lord says to you, go read a story book. Or he will say, go tell a story. Or he will say something very strange, He will say, you go now go to your native place. Something will happen. It is a seva. Please understand, it is nothing but a seva. You are being guided to do something. You are being told to do something. You sometimes get many visions over there at that point in time. Sometimes you get, something is hitting you hard. Oh, I got to do this today.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what, if you recollect, when we were doing things in the past, I was telling you, the pure intellect gives you certain commands. It's not tainted. The thought is not tainting at all. It is a pure thought which has come. Suddenly, ting karke aa gaya thought. It's a pure thought. Okay. And the pure thought comes from the realm of Krishna only, or what we call as a supreme divine consciousness. It comes from the level of that. And when it enters us, it will come as a singular thought. The thought is pure. Follow the thought. The thought following is very important. That is seva. Okay? That is the seva. Physical seva is a different aspect. Physical seva, when we do the archana, when we do all the puja, part and all that, sometimes we say all the pujas at home or go to temple. That is a different kind. Meditation is one. Meditation is connectivity. You get your, all the four figures, dot so and so, dot so and so, dot so and so. Connection हो गया. www तो भी ऐसा नेटवर्क को लॉग इन हो गया. उसके बाद वो पेज ओपन होएगा. पेज ओपन होने के बाद जो तुमको ट्विंक करके मैसेज आएगा ना, वो देखने का. That is important. Understood?
Got it.
So meditating means linking up with the Lord, becoming one with Him, joining up the frequencies. When we join up with Him, then beautiful things happen. Sometimes you see a vision. Sometimes you see the Lord in front of you. Sometimes you get to see His place. And like I was just now talking, maybe you can enter His kitchen also and do all the smelling also. Right? No problem. Or maybe tasting little food here and there. You can do that also. Allowed. So, but I have to tell you this. When you go to all these big temples, massive temples, if you ever enter the kitchen side, such aromas will come, you will imagine. Beautiful aromas. Oh my God.
Temple aroma is different.
Yeah.
Right?
So like that, but Krishna's domain is Chapan Bhog domain. वो तो एकदम ही रसिक आदमी है, तो जरा एकदम स्टाइल बाजी.
He's stylish.
He's very stylish. There is one book over there which you can go and see later on if you want. What are the things that he loves, enjoys? So I hope you got your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question? No? Then I shall see you all next week.